Welcome to today's tutorial where we're going to be teaching you how to set up your Google Analytics for your WordPress site. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin on Google's homepage, whether it's google.com or .ca, and we're just going to /analytics. And what that'll do is take you to the analytics page where you can learn more about it if you're not familiar with what analytics is all about. They give you a little bit more information about Analytics Premium as well. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to go through this tab over here in the top right, Access Google Analytics. And what you're going to notice right away is that it automatically logs me in. That's because I already have a Google account, so it is a lot easier and quicker if you're set up with either Gmail or Google+. Otherwise, you'll have to log in manually or just create an account altogether. The other thing I want to mention before we get started is that Google Analytics will work on self-hosted WordPress sites. So in other words, if you signed up with wordpress.org, then you will be able to implement your Google Analytics. If you're on wordpress.com, then you will not. So I just want to save you the time of watching this tutorial. If you're on wordpress.com, then you will not be able to set this up. So we do recommend that you upgrade to a self-hosted. Now, I previously had this official page set up, and as you can see the chronicles here, this is something I just set up just 20 minutes ago, so it's very quick and very easy, but I'm going to walk you through the steps. If you don't have any analytics set up at all, then you'll probably see this tab blank and you'll just see your name. However, you can add multiple, so what we're going to do is just go to the admin tab. By default, you'll be at home, so you have to go to admin, scroll down just a little bit. You're going to go to the middle tab that says property, and that's where you'll have the option of creating a new property. So when you do this, it'll give you the option of tracking either an ordinary website, which is 9 times out of 10 what you're going to do. You also have the option of setting up a mobile app, which is a little bit more rare, but that may be the case for you. If it's just a blog or a page or website, then this is the selection you want to take. We do recommend the Universal Analytics just because it has many more features versus the Classic. This was previously in a beta testing mode up until just recently where it was fully released. And then very simple, once you've selected that, you just type in your website name, URL, the industry that you're in, just select from the multiple options here based on whatever your website is about, and then your time zone. When you click on Get Tracking ID, what will happen is, let me just go back to the home here for a second. You are going to get a long, sort of like an HTML code. This is going to vary depending on how your WordPress site is set up, and I'm going to show you mine. I'm in the dashboard here, and mine is set up with Elite Marketing Pro. So whether that's the case for you or not, you will have to go to Settings and then Google Analytics. Now this is actually set up with something that's called super simple Google Analytics. So what it does is it prevents you from having to copy and paste the entire code, which you can also do, I mean, if you're not set up this way. But in my case, the super simple code is just an 8-digit number, which you see here. It's already been set up. So had I proceeded with that information, it would just take me to another page where you'll see the long string of HTML code, but all you really have to look for is where it says UA, and then it'll have these 8 digits. So since I already have that, I'm just going to grab it here from my notepad really quickly. Just copy it. Okay, so we don't need the UA, we're just going to remove that. 45053. My apologies, 7012. Might be easier just type it in manually. Make sure this box is checked off where it says insert tracking code. This is just your placement where you want it to be. And we are not going to track administrator hits just because I personally don't want to count my own hits as traffic and having that, manipulate my stats. I want to really measure my outside visitors. So unless you want to influence that, then go ahead and check it out. But I personally, I know I use my administrator, my dashboard quite a bit, so I don't want to be influencing those numbers every time I'm hitting one of my pages. So we're going to leave that unchecked, and we're not setting up AdSense right now. It's very simple. Once that number is there, just save changes. And there, its settings are saved. Give it about 24 hours or so. It might take a couple of days to start seeing some traffic, but you'll be able to start measuring all your visits, the time of day, the geographic locations of your visitors. A lot of pretty interesting information. So just give it some time, and once that's saved, then you're already set up with Google Analytics. Particularly if you do use Elite Marketing Pro, then the UA number is all you need. Okay, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.